In a recent church service, we talked about disappointment and about how to deal with disappointment. And, what a great way to start the day. Think about disappointment. Okay, sorry about that. But one point that we had not had enough time to open up fully because wanted to keep the service short. It was a point of disappointment in David's life, and this was in 1 Samuel 30 when his friends, in their great pain, in their great loss, they are talking about murdering him. Okay, they feel like they have been so hurt. They wanna pass that hurt on to someone, and who better than the leader? So they want to destroy David at this point. So in 1 Samuel 30, verse 6, I think it's verse 6, it says that David, it's a great disappointment. These are his people. He has laid down his life for them. Well, he has been walking with God. These people voluntarily followed him. He did not put out an ad in the newspaper. They just came to him, and they became valiant people. They became great warriors. They became awesome people because of his leadership, and he has invested a lot in their lives, and now they want to murder him. I mean, that's a sizable disappointment, I would say. It's like something terrible, like you raise a child, you love them, and then when they grow up, they hate you for all your love and care for them. That's nasty. But so what does David do? Because I know what my reaction would be. I would either skedaddle out of there, like I would look for the exit quickly before they can do what they want, or hide myself, or explain myself, or something of the sort. But David here, it says David encouraged himself in the Lord his God, and this is speaking about prayer. This is speaking about him finding new strength in God. And this is an important point, because David was probably very deeply disappointed, but he couldn't wallow in that disappointment. If he had, this would be the end of his story. They would have stoned him to death for sure. But instead, he went to the Lord in prayer. And this is so important, because prayer changes disappointment in our hearts. Like talking with people about disappointment, it doesn't really change, disappointment in our hearts. It doesn't release that tension. It doesn't help really so much. Temporarily, maybe we feel better, but it's not an ultimate solution. Talking with ourselves about it, how hurt we are, how bad it is, yikes, no, we're just going to reinforce it. But David spoke with the Lord, and then he had the strength to actually lead his people again, amazingly. So he knew somehow that even in overwhelming sorrow and in great deep betrayal, in painful disappointment, he knew that God's loving kindness remained with him. And we read about this we read much about this in Psalms. So Psalm 42, 7 and 8, let me just read that. Deep calls unto deep at the noise of your water spouts. All your waves and your billows have gone over me. This is talking about, being tossed and turned and directionless and just kind of from the hand of God, painful. Yet the Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in the night his song shall be with me, and my prayer unto the God of my life. Okay, so David knew this. When in deep disappointment, do not withdraw from a relationship with God. Do enter prayer, because in prayer, when you open your heart honestly to God in this situation, he can change your disappointment, and you don't have to live with that loss and pain without hope. So I hope that's once again a good meditation for the start of your day. God bless you.